Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Solskjaer in or out? The vast majority of Manchester United fans are demanding Solskjaer out. Maybe there's still some Man United fans that are Solskjaer in. Solskjaer got criticised for not starting Ronaldo against Everton. Solskjaer came out and said that he had no regrets over not starting Ronaldo, and I can't understand why he didn't start Pogba against Everton. We are in a bad vein of form. We are winless in our last two league games. Drew 1-1 with Everton at the weekend and lost to Aston Villa 1-0 at Old Trafford, and that was the first time Aston Villa won at Old Trafford in 12 years. We also got knocked out of the Carabao Cup to West Ham at Old Trafford. That was the first time West Ham won at Old Trafford since 2007. A few weeks ago we lost 2-1 to Young Boys in the Champions League. Obviously Lingard cost us that game, but Solskjaer was accountable for that loss against Young Boys because the tactics were wrong and the substitutions were wrong. And we was very lucky to beat Villarreal last week. Ronaldo saved us. He scored in the 95th minute of stoppage time, so if it wasn't for Ronaldo we wouldn't have won that game. But yes, Solskjaer is under pressure. But Solskjaer's job is safe for now. Man United still fully committed to Solskjaer and have no plans to replace the club legend as manager, despite a poor run of results. Solskjaer got very good backing in the summer transfer window. You know, John Murtough backed him, Darren Fletcher backed him, Ed Woodward has also backed him, and surprisingly the Glazers backed him, but only because they'd been persuaded to. And Man United enjoyed a very good summer transfer window this year. We made 4 signings. We brought Tom Eaton in on a free from Aston Villa, brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund, brought Rafael Varane in from Real Madrid, and we re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo after 12 years. We spent around 141 million in the summer transfer window. Solskjaer has enjoyed like 5 transfer windows as permanent Man United manager. Solskjaer has to win a trophy this season to save his job. Solskjaer has not yet won a trophy as Man United manager. We haven't won a trophy since 2017, and a few weeks ago Solskjaer did mention that we must leave a legacy of silverware. And I said at the start of this season that this season was going to be massive for Solskjaer because he's got big expectations to exceed. This season is Solskjaer's 3rd full season as Man United manager. In the summer, Solskjaer signed a new contract with the club until 2024. There's an option of a further year, and we certainly made a mistake giving Solskjaer that new contract because I can assure he won't see it out. I think Solskjaer had like 7 or 8 months left on the current 3-year contract he signed when he got the job permanently back in March 2019. Solskjaer has been in charge of Manchester United for almost 3 years. He's managed over 150 games as Man United manager in all competitions. But like I've said so many times before, the reason Solskjaer is still Manchester United manager is because he's a club legend. Because we've endured very bad periods under Solskjaer where he's been extremely close to getting sacked. Before Man United, Solskjaer was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a big club. He endured 2 spells at Molde, and before Molde he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was disastrous. The reason he got sacked from Cardiff is because he ended up getting them relegated. All he did manage the Man United reserve team for a couple of years, so he watched some of the team grow and develop. So yeah, Solskjaer hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager, and that is one of my biggest concerns about him. There's also a lot of United fans, including me, that have got strong reservations about Solskjaer's decision making, because analysing the vast majority of the games he's managed at Man United, he's been tactically naive. You know, if Solskjaer does end up getting sacked, he'll be the 4th permanent manager to be sacked since Ferguson, because we've already sacked 3 managers already since Ferguson. We sacked David Moyes, we sacked Louis van Gaal, and we sacked Jose Mourinho. And we're not even really known as a sacking football club because we haven't really got the structure to keep sacking managers. Who should replace Solskjaer if he does get sacked? Now, like I said to you, there's some Man United fans that are demanding Antonio Conte in. Antonio Conte is available because he left Inter Milan at the end of last season. I think if Conte did come in to replace Solskjaer, he'd do a good job. He'd suit the trappings of the club. You know, Conte's got a good pedigree behind him. Conte won a lot of silverware in his home nation, and when he was in his first season at Chelsea, he won the Premier League. And earlier on this season, it said Conte would accept the Man United job if Solskjaer was to be sacked. Conte wants a winning project, so he rejected Arsenal and he rejected Tottenham. Some United fans want Zidane in as well. At one point, we tried to get Mauricio Pochettino when Solskjaer was close to being sacked. Obviously, Pochettino was in talks with the club, but Pochettino didn't come. He obviously went to PSG. Pochettino would have done really, really well if he come to Man United. You know, Solskjaer got appointed in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. In Solskjaer's first 3 months, he was the interim manager. He did very well as the interim manager in that 3-month period. He won 14 games out of 19 in all competitions. So reflecting on that, the club decided to give him the job permanently back in March 2019. But there was United fans that thought we made a mistake giving him the job permanently. Maybe we should have waited until the end of that particular season to decide or not whether he was the right candidate. Solskjaer has signed 14 players as Manchester United manager. And we've spent like 441 million under the Solskjaer era. Solskjaer has also got rid of a lot of players since he's come in. You know, like I said, he's got rid of players permanently. He's also loaned a few players out. You know, progress has been made under Solskjaer because, like I said, he's got us to semi-finals. He got us to 3 semi-finals in his first full season. He got us to the EFL Cup semi-final last season. Last season got us to the FA Cup quarter-final. And last season he got us to the Europa League final. And that was his first major final as Man United manager. It was disappointing that we didn't win it. So there you go. And last season Solskjaer got us a 2nd place finish. And in his first full season he got us a 3rd place finish. I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth as well, and Solskjaer has more or less given everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players, like he surely would do when he got appointed in as Man United manager. I just don't know what it is with our home form. We can't seem to win at Old Trafford. We've been far superior away from home in the Premier League than we have been at home. We are unbeaten in our last 29 Premier League away games, so we haven't lost away from home in the Premier League since January 2020. So at home, we need to replicate what we're doing away from home in the league. But like I've said to you so many times before, when results aren't going our way and when we're inconsistent and when we've been inconsistent, Ollie's accountable for certain things, but not all of the blame stems from Ollie. There's obviously certain players that have got to take responsibility because, there's still some players at Man United that are not good enough to represent the club. Obviously Fred's not good enough. I don't think McTominay's good enough either. And like I've said, there's a lot of United fans that are having a go at Solskjaer for persistently selecting Fred and McTominay in the centre of midfield. But Solskjaer obviously trusts Fred and McTominay in Man United's midfield because he keeps selecting them. Obviously Martial isn't good enough either. Martial doesn't really get in our team. Lindelof, he's another one that's not good enough. I don't think Matic is good enough either. Lingard isn't good enough. So there you go. And obviously, you've got Van der Beek that doesn't really get game time. Tellez doesn't really get in the team. Dalot doesn't really get in the team. Lindelof and Baye obviously don't get in the team now with the arrival of Varane in the summer transfer window. Mata doesn't get in our 11. So there you go. But despite what I've said in regards to Solskjaer, I still think he is our best manager since Ferguson. Man United should be winning the Premier League this season because, like I've said to you, we've got a title winning squad, so there's no more excuses. We've got the best player in the world in Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo has done really, really well since he re-signed. Ronaldo's already scored 5 goals for Man United. Like I said, he didn't start against Everton, but he did come on as a substitute. Ronaldo, like I said, scored the winning goal against Villarreal. He saved us. But like I've said to you, we can't just keep relying on Cristiano Ronaldo. He can't keep saving Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Now, prior to the Aston Villa game a couple of weeks ago, Solskjaer said he believes Ronaldo can keep playing for Man United into his 40s. Ronaldo's 36 at the moment. Ronaldo's already said he wants to retire at Man United, then coach Cristiano Jr. in the Red Devils youth team. Ronaldo's already hinted that he's looking to stay at Man United beyond his current contract. Ronaldo is under contract with Man United till 2023. There's an option of a further year. Ronaldo receives £480,000 a week at Man United, so he's the highest earner at Man United. And Ronaldo wears the number 7 shirt. And we got Ronaldo for 19.8 million with add-ons included. Ronaldo, when he re-signed, he obviously made it clear to his Man United teammates that he wants the Premier League this season. Prior to the Young Boys game in the Champions League, Ronaldo says we can win the Champions League. Ronaldo's already the all-time record scorer in the Champions League, and earlier on this season he became the all-time international top scorer with 2 late goals against Ireland. You know, Ronaldo has won 32 major trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors, and Ronaldo did very well in his first spell at Man United. He scored 118 goals in 292 games in all competitions, and he won 3 Premier League titles, the Champions League, the FA Cup, 2 League Cups and the FIFA Club World Cup, and in Ronaldo's first spell at Man United he endured 6 years. We've obviously got Edison Cavani. That's good. You know, he's made an impact since he's come in. Cavani is obviously going to find game time difficult now, though, obviously with us re-signing Ronaldo. Cavani started against Everton at the weekend. Had a very good chance from a downward header, produced a good save from Jordan Pickford. I'm expecting Cavani to leave next year. He'll leave in January or at the end of the season. Now, Real Madrid want Edison Cavani on loan in January. Real Madrid wanted Cavani in the summer transfer window, but the club failed to make a move happen. Real Madrid will wait until next summer for their main attacking targets, Mbappe and Haaland. Barcelona tried to get Cavani on deadline day in the summer transfer window, but obviously Cavani didn't go to Barcelona, he stayed at us. I think Barcelona will reignite their interest in January. Cavani's got under a year left on his contract at Man United. Back in May he signed the 1-year contract extension. Cavani receives over £200,000 a week. Cavani's got a good pedigree behind him though. He's won a lot of silverware, hasn't he, you know, when he was at PSG. Cavani come back from injury as well not so long ago. Now, Jadon Sancho is a good player, but he hasn't enjoyed a good start to his Man United career. Sancho didn't start against Everton at the weekend, but he did come on as a substitute, and I thought he did well when he came on, probably his best performance so far in a Man United shirt. He squandered a chance at the death. But he's enjoyed a bad start to his Man United career, and not so long ago Borussia Dortmund warned Man United about the Jadon Sancho problem. Borussia Dortmund's CEO came out and said that Sancho's lack of game time at Man United is hurting my soul. I said Sancho will do well at Man United providing Solskjaer uses him correctly. You know, Solskjaer's played him on the left a few times and he's not effective on the left. You know, he's much more effective on the right. That right wing is his predominant position. You know, we got Sancho in a deal worth 78 million with add-ons included. Man United paid 73 million up front. Sancho is under contract with Man United till June 2026. There's an option of a further year. Mason Greenwood, he's also very, very good as well. I can assure he's got a long-term future at Man United. So far this season, Greenwood has scored 3 goals in the league. Yeah, he's enjoyed his bad periods as well. At one point, he did go a while without scoring, but I'd say Greenwood's been an absolute revelation since he broke into our senior squad. Greenwood made his senior debut for Man United back in 2019. He's been a United player since the age of 7, and last season Greenwood signed a new 4-year contract with the club. You can play Greenwood on the right, you know, you can play him centrally. I think he can also be deployed on the left, but you get the best out of Greenwood when he's on the right. You know, Marcus Rashford, you know, he's also very good when he wants to be, but he's certainly enjoyed his bad periods at Man United. The good news is, from a Man United perspective, Rashford is very close to returning now. He did say a couple of weeks ago that Rashford looked sharp in training after injury shoulder operation. Will look much better when Rashford comes back into the team. Like I've said to you, Rashford's very effective on that left-hand side. He's much better on the left than he is on the right and up top. Rashford has been a United player since the age of 7. He's been in our senior squad since 2016. You've obviously got Bruno Fernandez. That's very, very good. Bruno Fernandez did play against Everton. Obviously, got the assist for Anthony Martial's goal. Fernandez also got the assist for Tellez, his goal, in a 2-1 win against Villarreal. Scored some goals this season, Fernandez. He scored a very good goal from 25 yards out in the 4-1 win against Newcastle, and he got his first Man United hat-trick in the 5-1 win against Leeds on the opening day. But there has been quite a few games though where Bruno Fernandes has looked off the pace, but in a lot of Bruno Fernandes' games at Man United he's been very consistent. But like I've said to you, he's one of our best players and he's one of the best signings we've made since Ferguson retired. Now, it said a few weeks ago that Bruno Fernandes is close to signing a new 5-year contract with Man United worth £250,000 a week with the signing of Ronaldo. Well, Romano said that talks have been ongoing since July between Man United and the agent of Bruno Fernandes over a new contract. At the moment, Fernandes is under contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of a further 12 months. Fernandes wants to stay at Man United. He's already made that clear. We got Fernandes from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Fernandes has been at Manchester United now for almost 2 years. Last season he won Player of the Year and he's won Player of the Month quite a few times, reflecting on his good performances. Predominantly plays as a number 10. You've got Donny van der Beek, that's a good player, but I haven't really had much of a perception on him at Man United because he doesn't get enough game time. Now, on my last video, I give you the news on Van der Beek. Van der Beek's agent is said to be working hard to find a new club for his client. There's many clubs in for Van der Beek. You've got Juventus in for him. I think AC Milan have been in for him, Inter Milan and Everton. Well, Donny van der Beek was furious with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as he was left on the bench in Man United's win over Villarreal. Donny van der Beek got spotted throwing chewing gum in the dugout. But Donny van der Beek will try to force a January transfer away from Man United following his Villarreal meltdown. Don't forget Solskjaer rejected Donny van der Beek's exit because Everton were close to signing him on loan. Don Hutchinson said the other week that he told Donny van der Beek he must leave Man United to save his career. And Paul Ince said a few weeks ago that Van der Beek has absolutely no chance of staying at Man United. A few weeks ago, Donny van der Beek told Solskjaer his best position. Van der Beek reckons he'd be best served operating as a number 6 or as a number 8. And don't forget, Van der Beek spoke about his Man United future in an exclusive interview with Rio Ferdinand. But we got Van der Beek for £40 million with add-ons included, and he's got a contract with Man United till 2025 and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. This is his second full season. Van der Beek has been at Manchester United for 18 months. You've obviously got Paul Pogba. That's very, very good. Pogba's enjoyed a good start to the Premier League season. Paul Pogba's already got 7 assists in the league. He produced good performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season, but at one point last season, Pogba was out with a thigh injury for a while and sustained a couple of ankle injuries at Man United. Now, I give you the news on Paul Pogba yesterday. Man United set Paul Pogba deadline. Man United want Paul Pogba's future to be sorted by Christmas, as the Red Devils hope he will sign a new contract worth £400,000 a week. Now, Pogba receives 290 grand a week at the moment on his current contract. Pogba's current contract at Man United expires next summer. Don't forget, before the start of this season, Pogba rejected a new Man United contract. Earlier on this season, it said Pogba's very likely to leave Man United on a free next summer. Now, Paul Pogba has had a long-running transfer saga. Obviously, PSG want him. PSG are prepared to offer Pogba £510,000 a week in wages to prize him away from Man United. Real Madrid have been relentlessly linked with him. Inter Milan have been in for him before. Barcelona apparently want him on a free next summer. And obviously his former club Juventus have been in for him. Well, Paul Pogba's agent Mino Raiola suggested that Pogba could return to Juventus from Man United on a free next summer, because he did mention that Turin is still in Paul Pogba's heart, and Pogba did enjoy 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined Man United. But the other week he said Juventus have no plans to re-sign Pogba next summer. So there you go. And a few weeks ago, Pogba's brother Matthias Pogba came out and said that Paul Pogba's yet to decide on his future, and he said Paul Pogba's contract situation is up in the air. We paid $89 million for Pogba, so he's our most expensive signing at the moment. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far, and this season is Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he rejoined. Obviously, you've got Luke Shaw, very good left back. Hasn't been fantastic so far this season. He was far better last season than he has been so far this season. Luke Shaw has just recently come back from a minor injury and illness. Shaw has been our first choice left back for a while, and he still remains our first choice left back despite the arrival of Alex Telles. Shaw's had a good career at Man United despite the injuries he's had. Shaw's been at Man United now for like 7.5 years, so he's been a long-serving player at the club. Shaw has just got under 2 years left on his current contract. He did say at one point that we are in the process of extending Luke Shaw's contract. You've got Wan-Bissaka, that's a good right back. Bissaka's enjoyed some good games this season. He's been poor in some other games. There's still aspects of Wan-Bissaka's game that's got to improve, but despite that, I still think he's one of the best right backs we've had since Gary Neville. Defensively, Wan-Bissaka's always been superb. This season is his 3rd full season at Man United. We got him for 50 million from Palace back in the summer of 2019. As you all know, Bissaka didn't play against Villarreal because he was suspended. He got sent off in our 2-1 defeat to Young Boys for stamping on Martins. You've got Varane. That's a good centre-half. In Varane's last 2 games, though, I think he has been quite poor, but prior to that, he's done well in all the other games for Man United. I said Varane will do well at Man United. We got Varane in a deal worth 41 million with add-ons included. Man United paid like 34 million up front. Varane is under contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of a further year. Varane to Man United was official just before kick-off against Leeds, which was the opening day. But Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced and he's got a good pedigree behind him because Varane won a lot of trophies when he was at Real Madrid, and plus he was a long-serving player when he was at Real Madrid. He enjoyed 10 years with them. But it's good now that Varane is experienced in the Premier League. Harry Maguire, he's good when he wants to be. He's had his good games at Man United, he's had his bad games. Maguire is out for a few weeks now, though, because he's got an injury. Came off injured in our 1-0 defeat to Aston Villa. Maguire was a big miss for us towards the end of last season because he had ligament damage in his ankle. We overpaid for Maguire, got him in a deal worth 80 million from Leicester. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the second most expensive signing at the club. You've got Eric Bailly, decent centre-half. Don't get in the team now, though. Obviously, he played against West Ham in the Carabao Cup the other week. That was his first start of the season, and I thought Bailly put a very good performance out. Bailly could leave next year, but I hope we keep Bailly as a backup. My element of concern about Bailly's injury prone, so in that aspect he is a liability. Towards the end of last season, Bailly signed a new contract with Man United till 2024. There's an option of a further year. And obviously, we've got De Gea, very, very good goalkeeper. De Gea's done well so far this season. De Gea did reclaim the #1 spot back. Obviously, when it was the summer, it said De Gea decided to cut short his holiday by 2 weeks to fight for the starting place. De Gea said he's determined to fight for his Man United future. De Gea's been a long servant, this season is De Gea's 11th season at Man United. He's been with us since the Ferguson era. And I think Dean Henderson's also a good goalkeeper. He was in goal for the game against West Ham in the Cup and he did well. Henderson did well in a lot of the games he was in goal for last season, but he was out for a while, was Dean Henderson, with COVID. So there you go, Man United have got a good squad. And even earlier on this season, Solskjaer told his Man United squad that it's better than the 1999 treble winning team that he was part of. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again soon.